Gumin wasn't a man who wasted time on unnecessary conversations. His phone calls were strictly business. Short, direct, purposeful, until Mira. A habit he never meant to start. It started with one call, then another, and soon it became a nightly routine. Neither of them acknowledged it, but when the city was quiet, when the weight of the day settled on his shoulders, he called her. And she always answered. Soft words, dangerous territory. At first, the conversations were casual. How was your day, sir? Tiring. Stop calling me sir. Then they became deeper. Do you ever regret choosing this life? She asked one night. Silence. Then a sigh. Regret is useless. Mira didn't push. She just listened. And for the first time in years, someone was listening to him, not the CEO. Just Gumin. A call he wasn't expecting. That night, his phone rang. It wasn't Mira. It was his father. And from the cold tone in his voice, Gumin knew this wouldn't be just another conversation. Gumin rarely got summoned home. When he did, it was never good. The call that changed everything. His father's voice was sharp. Come home. Now. Gumin could have ignored it. He had before. But this time, he knew exactly what it was about. Mira. The moment he stepped into the Gu mansion, the atmosphere was suffocating. His father sat in his usual chair, his mother silent beside him. I raised you to be a man of discipline, his father began. A man who doesn't make foolish mistakes. Gumin said nothing. And in turn, his father's voice was laced with disgust. You are the CEO of Gu Corporation. And yet, you choose to taint your reputation with a woman who... Gumin's voice cut through like ice. Careful. His father narrowed his eyes. You think you can challenge me? Gumin met his gaze, unwavering. I'm not a child anymore. His father leaned back, studying him. Then he smirked. If you're so desperate for love, I'll arrange a real match. Gumin's jaw clenched. My friend's daughter has just returned from the States. She's accomplished, wealthy, and I'm not interested. His father's smirk faded. Then make the right decision, before you ruin everything you've built. Silence. Gumin didn't answer, because for the first time in his life, he wasn't sure what the right decision was anymore. Like and subscribe to get notification when I post. Gumin was used to controlling every aspect of his life. Yet here he was being controlled. Summoned again. His father had sent a car for him. Not a request, a demand. Gumin considered ignoring it, but he knew his father. The more he resisted, the more ruthless the man became. So he went. The Gu mansion was quiet as he entered, but the air felt heavier than usual. Then he saw her. A woman sat gracefully on the sofa, dressed in designer from head to toe. She smiled politely, crossing her legs as she studied him. His father's voice broke the silence. Gumin, meet Miss Kang Jiun. The perfect choice. For someone else. Gumin kept his expression unreadable. Kang Jiun, daughter of a powerful business mogul. A flawless match for the Gu family. She was elegant, beautiful, and most importantly, approved. His father spoke with satisfaction. You need someone of your level, someone who understands your world. Jiun tilted her head. I hear you're quite selective, CEO Gu. His father smirked. That's why you're here. Gumin clenched his jaw. He hadn't asked for this. The silent war at the dinner table. Dinner was served, but Gumin barely touched his food. His mother made quiet conversation with Jiun, who responded effortlessly. Meanwhile, his father observed, waiting for his son's reaction. Finally, Jiun smiled at him. So, what do you think, CEO Gu? He set down his glass. About what? Her eyes held amusement. This arrangement, of course. Our families believe we'd make a powerful couple. Gumin met her gaze. Do you? Jiun's smile didn't falter. Powerful men don't always get to choose who they love. His father nodded approvingly. She understands what's at stake. Gumin's fingers curled into a fist. They wanted obedience. They wanted him to play along. They wanted him to forget about Mira. Instead, he stood up. I'm not interested. His father's face darkened. Sit down. Gumin's voice was firm. You don't get to decide who I choose. Jiun merely chuckled. You're an interesting man, Gumin. But his father? He was furious. And Gumin knew this war was far from over. Mira shouldn't be here. Not in this private car, moving through Seoul's quiet outskirts. Not in front of a hidden manor, tucked away from the world. Not standing before Gumin, whose gaze held an intensity that made her pulse race. But she was here, and she didn't want to leave. The manor was nothing like his cold office or the towering skyscrapers of the city. Here there were no board meetings, no expectations, no prying eyes. Just him. Dinner was quiet, but the air between them was charged. The way he looked at her, the way his fingers brushed against hers when he passed her a glass of water, it sent warmth through her, lingering long after the touch was gone. When she finally met his gaze, he spoke. You said you wanted to be here. Myra's heart pounded. He was giving her a chance to step away. But she wasn't going to. Lifting her chin, she whispered, Yes, sir. I do. The room fell into silence. Then, he moved. Gumin was always controlled, always calculated. But when he reached for her hand, his fingers curling around hers, something shifted. He pulled her closer, searching her expression. She didn't look away. His other hand rose, gently tracing the edge of her cheek. Myra's breath caught. You're playing with fire, Mira, he murmured. She met his gaze, her voice steady. Then let me stay in the flames. He didn't resist her, and she didn't step back. A night they wouldn't forget. Gumin led her through the dimly lit hallway, his grip firm but careful. The moment they reached the quiet sanctuary of his room, the rest of the world faded away. Mira wasn't thinking about the office, the rumors, or the people who would never understand this. All that mattered was here. Now. She stood still as he looked at her, as if memorizing this moment. When she placed her hands on his shoulders, there was no hesitation, no turning back. And as the night deepened, they finally let go of everything they had been holding back. The morning after, soft sunlight streamed through the curtains, casting golden lines across the sheets. Mira stirred, warmth still lingering from the night before. She turned and found Gumin already awake, watching her. His fingers traced slow, thoughtful patterns against her wrist, his expression unreadable. For once, the cold Seo wasn't distant. He wasn't calculating his next move. He was just here, with her. But outside this hidden world, reality was waiting. And soon, they would have to face it. Together or not at all.